الماضي تام. Well, first of all, I don't like calling this tense as the past perfect. I do prefer calling it the past of the past. The past of the past. Why? Because regarding our timeline, if we get back to the timeline, we've said that here we have the simple present, and from the simple present we have the present continuous, here is the simple past, here is the present perfect, here is the past continuous, and then the present perfect continuous with the connection line. Now, when talking about the past perfect, we need to get back the simple past. نمشي خطوة قبل الsimple past لورا. ليه؟ لأنه it's the past of the past. ماضي الماضي. In this tense, we have to have two tenses in the past. For instance, let's consider that this is the past. Yesterday, you ate lunch and then you studied, right? So you've done two things in the past. The first thing is that you ate, and the second thing is that you studied. الاثنين وين بأي زمان؟ الماضي. بس أكيد في حاجة صار قبل الثاني اللي هو مين؟ إنك أنت أكلت بعدين درست، صح؟ عشان تثبت لغويا أجي شو حكوا؟ ما دام هذا فيرب 2 وهذا فيرب 2 الزمانين زي بعض، عشان نظبط الحدث اللي صار أول ونبين إنه هذا الحدث صار أول، إذا بدل الفيرب 2 راح ندل عليه في الهاد بلس فيرب 3. يعني كفانكشن we can say that the past perfect is the tense in which we have two tenses in the past, but one of them had happened before the other one. Okay, one of them had happened before the other one. إذا حدثين في الماضي، واحد صار قبل الثاني، اللي صار أول بنسميه action 1 and it takes had plus verb 3، واللي صار بعدين بضل الفيرب 2 يعني simple past الطبيعي. عشان هيك بهذا التنس راح تلاقي انه السمبل باست كثير داخل مع الباست بيرفكت، داخلين مع بعض بنفس التنس، كثير قراب هم من بعض ممكن. Is that clear? Okay. Now regarding the function, let's see the function. Or before the function, let's get back to our main rule, then we need the function. The rule says that firstly, we look at the indicator to decide whether it's function or keyword. Then we have to look at the bracket to decide whether it's positive, negative, or question. We need to look at the subject though to decide whether the subject is singular or plural, and the last thing we put on before. Is that clear? Okay. Let's read the function, please.
We use the past perfect simple to talk about actions that happened before a specific moment in the past.
Before a specific moment in the past, or we can say easily that we have two actions in the past, but one of them had happened before the other one. Is that clear? Okay. Now let's start with the keywords together. The first keyword. The first keyword is by plus time in the past. Let's have an example regarding this one. For instance, when we say by 2003, for instance, or by 2000s, or by 1952. By this we mean that we have by plus time in the past. Is that clear? Okay. For instance, by yesterday, this is time in the past though, right? By last week, by last month, by last day, by last year. So by plus any time expression in the past means that we're talking about the past perfect. على فكرة في معلومة كثير مهمة حابب أحكيها، إنه كل التنسز اللي أخذناهم قبل موجودين في بوكس صغير في مادة التوجيه، بوكس بس. هذا أول تنس فعليا يبلش في مادة التوجيه الرسمية. يعني أول تنس ممكن نسميه إنه هو موجود بيونت لحاله ومفصول لحاله وعليه تركيز كثير كبير. Is that clear? Okay. 2. We have the word before. And by the way, guys, before comes at the beginning of the sentence and it could be in the middle of the sentence. So how would we deal with before at the beginning of the sentence and at the middle of the sentence? At the beginning of the sentence, we should know that before always takes action number 2 which is verb 2 دائما تاخذ الحدث الثاني before واصلا هي مره على بالسامبل باس صح؟ شو كانت تاخذ verb؟ بعدها تاخذ verb 2 ما تغير فيها ولا شيء ما صار فيها اي تغيير بس السكند بارت تاعها اللي هو هون باخذ action 1 which is had plus verb 3. Is that clear? Okay. Now regarding before in the middle of the sentence. Before in the middle of the sentence. When it's in the middle of a sentence, هون بيصير الأكشن 2 جزءها يعني verb 2 وهون بيصير الهاد وverb 3 يعني action 1. تمام؟ أوكي. الأفضل. الأفضل كمان نفس البيفور بالضبط ممكن تيجي في أول الجملة ممكن تيجي في نص الجملة. إذا إجت في أول الجملة لازم نعرف إنه بيجي معها action number 1 اللي هو had plus verb 3 وهون بيجي عندي action number 2 اللي هو verb 2 وإذا إجت بالنص العكس بصير هون action number 1 يعني had verb 3 وهون action number 2 يعني verb 2. By the way بهذا الدرس نصيحتي عمرك ما تحل بدون ما تحدد اكشن 1 واكشن 2 حاول دائما حدده بعدين حل اسهل لك شغلات يصير في عندك اخطاء في مشكله اوكي بعدين keyword number 4 by the time plus noun or pronoun plus verb 2 so by the time For instance, زيد got home في شيء صار قبل يعني باللحظة اللي وصل فيها زيد على البيت شو كان في شيء صاير اللي هو الحدث الأول اللي هو شو زمنه؟ had plus verb 3 فهمت شو مبدأها؟ يعني by the time I got home مثلا لما أنا وصلت البيت my mom had prepared dinner أمي كانت محضرة الأكل ففي شيء صار قبلها الوقت اللي قبلها عشان هيك كان بنسميه action 1 هون action 2 أنت من by the time بينها شو بيجي معها؟ مستبعد نوعا ما انه باي ذا تايم تيجي في وسط الجمله اوكي مستبعد في الاغلب بتكون في بدايه الجمله اوكي بعدين عندي رقم 5 الفيرب 2 بلس because بهاي الحاله انا عم بتعامل مع فيرب 2 زي مثلا I felt nervous because عشان في شيء صار قبل خلاني اكون nervous. For instance, I felt nervous because I hadn't passed my exam. So هون بتقول الهاد مع الverb. Is that clear? Sure. Okay. Let's see the form now. Regarding the form, we can say that all the subjects come together in this tense. So I mean they're all treated the same. There is no singular and plural because all subjects are treated the same subject pronouns. For instance, we have he, she, it, they, you, we, and I. We have the positive form, the negative form, and the question form. Now, in the positive form, we put had plus verb 3. In the negative form, we put hadn't plus verb 3. And in the question form, we put had plus pronouns plus verb 3 plus question mark. Is that clear? Everything is okay until here? Okay. Let's see an example regarding more than one keyword. The first one. start with the first one. First, how do we know that this is tenses? No verb. So this is tenses as long as it has no verb. Then we have the indicator after. This is indicator. Is it keyword or function? Keyword for what tense? For the past perfect. So after here comes at the beginning of the sentence, right? So it's at the beginning of the sentence. As long as it's at the beginning of the sentence, then we need to get back to the rule. Here is the beginning of the sentence with after. So in this case, we have action number 1, which is had plus verb 3, and then action number 2, which is verb 2. So the verb is graduate and it's positive. So after we had graduated, it comes into got a job in a well-known company. Is that clear? Who wants to do the second one? Who wants to do the second one? Yes, Marwan, together.
Okay. Before she moved.
Before is the indicator, and it comes at the beginning of the sentence. Why it's at the beginning of the sentence? We need action number 2, then action number 1, which is verb 2, then had plus verb 3. So before she moved to London, she had taken many courses. Is that clear? Okay. The third one, who wants to do it? Yes, Serena? Okay.
By the time she got home, her mother had to
Yes, so this is by the time, this is the pronoun, this is verb 2, then we need action number 1, this is the indicator keyword. So her mother had prepared dinner. I felt nervous because, you see, we have verb 2 and because, so the answer is I hadn't passed my exam. Is that clear? Is there any problem until here? Okay, let's start answering the questions on the booklet. I'll check them. Then we will move on to the rewrite idea regarding the past perfect. Rewrite, okay?